All right, welcome. Today, we're diving headfirst into something truly amazing, an adventure that mixes the excitement of paddling with the pure peace of camping. We're talking about overnight kayak camping. If you've ever dreamed of exploring way beyond the regular trails, well, you're in the right place. Let's get into it.
Just take a second and really let that sink in. I mean, really picture it. This isn't just a vacation, it's a genuine experience. You're out there exploring these wild, beautiful places that you just can't get to on foot, and you're doing it all under your own power. That kind of freedom, that's what makes this so incredibly special. Okay, so you're feeling that call to adventure, right? Now let's be real for a second. The idea of stuffing everything you need into a tiny bow and just heading out into the wild, yeah, it can seem a little intimidating at first. But trust me, with the right prep and a little guidance, this is an experience that's way more accessible than you might think. So let's break it all down. At its heart, this is what it's all about. It's not just kayaking, and it's not just camping. It's this amazing fusion of the two that opens up a whole new universe of exploration. Think about it. You're completely self-sufficient. Everything you need to live, to eat, to sleep, it's all right there with you in your kayak. Good preparation always starts by respecting the two biggest variables you're going to face out there, the terrain and the weather. The terrain pretty much dictates the kind of skills you'll need, while the weather, well, the weather demands your constant attention. Always check that forecast. And please, remember the golden rule of outdoor clothing. Layer up. A beautiful sunny afternoon can turn into a cold, windy evening in the blink of an eye. Having that extra layer can be the difference between a great memory and a miserable night. So now that we've got the basics down, we get to the really fun part, charting your course. Deciding where you want to go is that first big step in creating an awesome trip. This is where the dream really starts turning into a plan. Okay, this is so important. You have to be totally honest with yourself about your skill level. A protected route, like the Manistee River, it's perfect for beginners. You get calm waters, easy to find campsites, but something like an open coastal route, say the Apostle Islands, it's unbelievably beautiful, but it's also way riskier. That's for paddlers with some serious experience. Don't bite off more than you can chew. The whole point is to have fun and come home safe. So how do you find that perfect spot? It really just comes down to asking a few simple questions. First, how easy is it to get to the launch point? Do you need a campsite with a bathroom, or are you ready to go full-on rustic? And this is a big one. What are the local rules? You've got to check for permit requirements before you even start packing. A little bit of research up front will save you a world of hurt later on. A great trip really depends on a good itinerary, but the magic words here are flexibility and backup plans. You might plan on paddling 10 miles a day, right? But what happens when a monster headwind kicks up and you're barely moving? Having a backup campsite in mind, or even just a built-in rest day, can turn a potential disaster into just a part of the adventure. It's not about being negative, it's about being smart. Okay, let's talk about gear. Look, having the right equipment isn't about buying the most expensive, flashy stuff you can find. It's about having the right tools for the job. Tools that will keep you safe, comfortable, and successful on whatever trip you're planning. Now listen up, because this is probably one of the most important safety tips in all of paddling. A warm, sunny day can be so deceiving if that water is ice cold from snowmelts. If you capsize in cold water, life-threatening hypothermia can set in within minutes. That's why, in colder conditions, a wetsuit or a dry suit is non-negotiable. It's not about being comfortable, it's literally about survival. So beyond your paddling gear, you need your little mobile home. This means a solid tent that can handle wind and rain, a sleeping bag that's actually rated for the temperatures you'll face at night, and of course, a way to cook a hot meal. And for navigation, please don't just rely on your phone's GPS. A good old map and compass, they never run out of batteries, and they're your best friends when you're way out of cell range. Now, some gear it's not up for debate. Your PFD, your life jacket, it needs to be on you whenever you're on the water, period. A first aid kit, a whistle to signal for help, and a way to communicate in an emergency, those are your lifelines. I can tell you, I once had a paddle snap in half in the middle of a lake. You know what got another boat's attention? That little whistle. You just can't skimp on safety. Okay, the planning is done, the gear is packed, it is finally time to get on the water. But, a successful trip isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about how you do it, safely and responsibly. So let's talk about what success looks like on the water. These 4 keys right here, they're essential for everyone. First, you've got to be humble and know your limits.
If conditions get sketchy, there's no shame in turning back. Second, be prepared. Know some basic rescue techniques. Third, we have to be good stewards of these beautiful places. That means leave no trace. Pack out everything you pack in. And finally, if you're new to this whole thing, hiring a guide is a fantastic way to build skills and confidence. It's a great investment in your future adventures.
Man, we've covered a lot of ground, from planning and packing to actually paddling. So let's wrap this up with a few final thoughts to get you inspired and ready to head out on your own expedition. Because this, right here, is where the real adventure begins. You know, a question we get all the time is, can I really do this with my kids? I mean, parents want to share these kinds of incredible experiences with their families, but they're also, understandably worried about the logistics and the safety of it all. And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. A guided tour is perfect because it takes all that pressure off you. The guides provide the gear, they have the local knowledge, they're your safety net. It makes it a fantastic way for families and beginners to get a taste of this in a really controlled, safe, and fun environment. I'm telling you, I have seen kids have the absolute time of their lives on these trips. And hey, remember, there's no one right way to do this. A solo trip can be this powerful, profound journey. A group trip is amazing for making shared memories. Plus, you have safety in numbers, and yeah, you can even bring your dog along. Just make sure you check the local rules and plan ahead for them. The whole point is to find the style of adventure that's perfect for you. So after all this, there's really only one question left to answer, and it's right there on your screen. With the right planning and a healthy dose of adventure in your spirit, the possibilities are just as wide and open as the water itself. So, where will you go?